Jennifer. How are you? Congratulations. You're doing very well on that show. 2 weeks in a row, #1, right? Is that right?
I guess so.
Well, that's what they say. Now, I gotta say, and I'm one of those people, I feel like it's not fair. You're a dancer. You were in a movie. You're famous for dancing. Don't you think you're a dancer?
No, I don't.
Why not?
Well, if you saw me at rehearsal today, you'd know I wasn't a dancer.
Well, I know.
No,
It's a totally different kind of dancing, but...
Look, I was never a dancer.
No?
I was like the girl who liked a Saturday ballet class.
Right.
In New York. I mean, that was it.
Right.
I played a girl who didn't even know how to dance.
Right. But then you danced.
Well, yeah, but they shot it all day long.
Right. Okay.
It wasn't like one take.
No, no.
And like the last time I danced, Ronald Reagan was president.
Okay.
I mean, for real.
Well, what about like parties or bars or weddings?
Weddings? Nightmare. Wouldn't dance.
Why?
Because I would go out on the dance floor and people would be like, okay, this is going to be good. What's he going to do? So I'd either like overcompensate.
There was a lot of expectation because, yeah, you're the girl in the movie.
Who wants that? Not me.
Some people.
Not
I don't
me.
know. You didn't want it.
Not
So
my
you
thing.
would. So then you wouldn't dance at all?
No, I basically wouldn't. I dance alone in the mirror.
Uh-huh.
Naked.
Right, right.
But that's it, yeah.
All right.
I mean, doesn't everybody?
I don't know.
you
How many people really dance alone naked in a mirror? Anybody?
Thank you.
Turns out they do. So, okay, so you don't think you're a dancer, and
No.
what is it like for you to be doing this then? It must be because you're doing very well.
It's insanely fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be the most fun I've ever had in my life.
Yeah. And it's hard work.
It's stupid hard.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm 50 years old. I don't, my body's like, what are you doing to me?
Right. But isn't that great? Doesn't that feel so good to do that? And then you got really emotional because a song there was a song from the movie.
Yeah. The first dance was, it just brought up a lot of, it was like a sense memory, you know, when you hear a song and it reminds you of when you were a kid and all of a sudden you're just transported back to a different time.
And what do you think when you see pictures like, I think we have pictures to show you, when you see something like that, what is that? Do you remember that? Do you remember the scene? Do you remember?
Okay, you know what I remember when I look at that? I remember Patrick running his hand under my arm. I couldn't stop laughing. The more I laughed, the more angry he got, the more angry he got, the more I laughed. It was a bit of a nightmare.
Wow, wow. And then the scene when, like, he's holding you in the lake, because that always looks really romantic, but was that freezing?
I kind of thought, if your nipples exploded, do you die? It was one of those things. Yeah.
That's the thought right there?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now we know when we see it again what we're thinking. That's great. And I know that you actually, just last year were diagnosed with thyroid cancer?
I was.
And you never would have found it had you not been on Dancing with the Stars.
Well, Dancing with the Stars, when I just decided, well, what would happen if I said yes? Well, I thought, well, I better check out my neck, because my neck had been in chronic pain. But I went to the doctor and I said, could I do the show? And he said, oh, definitely not. He said, if you fell just in life, you'd be paralyzed.
Because you had a car accident and your neck had been out of whack.
Well, actually, my head was on at the wrong angle for 23 years, but I didn't know it. I was just kind of like, oh, sure. I'm old. My neck hurts.
What do you mean on at the wrong angle? What angle was your head on at?
It was like this. It was like this.
And you didn't know that that was wrong?
No, I thought I looked sexy like this.
Well, it does. It is sexy now that
You know, that's a good look for you.
Thank you. So, all right, so then you go to the doctor, and he
says I need to have my neck fused. So he put a plate and 4 screws in my neck, this little scar here. And he said, what's that big goiter that you have in your neck? Which is like a kiwi-sized growth.
Really?
Is what I had, yeah.
And you knew you had that?
I had it for 4 years. I was watching it like a hawk, but I didn't want to, you know, contrary to popular belief, I do not like plastic surgery. I was walking around with a huge growth in my neck for 4 years just because I didn't want to have surgery.
Right.
So I said, well, what should I do? And he said, well, that has to go. That doesn't look right. So my neck surgery went so well that I said, okay, I'll just tick them off the list, you know?